Good morning, Libra. This is going to be your video. It's taken me an extra week, longer than I wanted it to, for me to get these videos done because I've been dealing with my own triggering, had my own tower moments over the past week, and I can't, when I'm in that mode, I can't do videos. I just can't. I'm like, not if you don't want a video for me. But, the thing is, that's, really good about it is that once I get to the other side of it, and I'm almost there, man, I'm like, man, I thought I dealt with this already. Why is it back? But, it's just deeper layers. It's like shedding, layers of a snake, and, once I get to the other side of it, I feel like I'm even more empathic than before. And so it's, really amazing, But, we sure, when we go through them tower moments and that triggering, we sure judge it, don't we? We sure like, man, this is terrible. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some tarot cards to go with these, some oracle cards to go with these tarot cards. Sorry, my friend's in there watching TV. It's a little loud. All right, so let me pull a romance angel card. Yeah, I'm like, man, it's been a week. I haven't slept well. I've had insomnia. Plus, I've been in Facebook jail for a week over, like some really, really stupid shit. And so, if anybody messages me, in the past 5 times I've been in Facebook jail, I still could message. I still could post on my pages. Not this time. And they gave me a week. I've never had more than 3 days. So if someone messages me, I have to, if I don't have their phone number, and understand I have a whole business, and you want to talk about pain in the ass, I've had to contact someone who I know who has their number and be like, look, let them know I can see the message, but I can't respond. And what's crazy about it is that I disputed it because I was like, what? This is nothing. This is so stupid. And they sent me a message back. They said, oh, well, we made a mistake. So your post is back up. Well, my post is not back up, and I'm still in Facebook jail. So I've sent them 5 messages, and I finally was like, you know what? This is evidently meant to be. I evidently needed this break. It's obviously for a reason. So I have been detoxing from social media, which I feel like, everyone should do sometime, because it does get to be a lot if you are a social media person. So that's my little vent right now. I know you guys are like, we didn't come here for all that. We just want to hear what's going on. I'm getting to it. Okay, wow. Alright, so the first card that I have, this is that staying up late at night, not sleeping, worrying, having anxiety. Looks like you've been having your own tower moments. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you. Man, the energy's been tough, hasn't it? Man, I feel you. I've been right there with you. And like I said, just really feeling anxious and scared, and facing those fears, facing your inner demons. I mean, that is what I'm getting with this card right here. Wow. And the reason why is because we've got the thinking woman card is your mind. You need to disconnect from your mind. This is overthinking. This is over analyzing. Our mind can be like our worst enemy. So you really have to disconnect from your mind. You have to detach from it and really go within and really try to feel instead of thinking your way through it for right now. Because this is what's keeping you up at night, and you're creating whole situations that are not true. We have the Page of Cups. I mean, this is almost like sipping tea. I know I've been drinking a lot of herbal tea lately, a lot of chamomile tea, really just to kind of relax and try to get rid of that anxiety that I've been feeling. For me, I've always been, not always, but on this journey I've been on for the past 4 years, I've been a weed smoker, and I've had to kind of let that go. Well, it was necessary for me to do for a while to kind of detox. I think it's another thing that's kind of going on. But I feel like the reason why is because I needed to kind of ground the energy into like when we use substances and stuff, and I'm not taking away from it because I'm telling you what, weed has really helped me make some profound shifts on this journey. But I needed to ground that energy into the physical, kind of get my head of the clouds, so to speak, and really ground it. And not only that, but really face this shit. Like really face it, instead of kind of finding a way around it. So that's kind of the energy that I'm picking up on here. Really making sure that you're not using any crutches right now to not face your shit. And so if you are a tea drinker, like I said, herbal teas, chamomile is really nice. Really kind of focus on self-care right now. Whatever that may be for you. I know mine is baths and walks in the woods and, herbal tea. So whatever it is that really helps to ground you, really be kind to yourself right now. Your inner child. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Basically, the message that's coming up for this is, like I said, really facing your shit. So many times we think we do, but how many times does something come up and you try to rationalize it or try to think it or speak it or talk it away, not actually feeling your way through it. So basically, whatever's coming up for you right now, whatever triggers, because I feel like this card has to do with triggers. Feel your way through them. Really sit with them. Really sit with them and feel them. Because this whole past week has been very triggering. And I feel like it's that way for like the collective humanity right now, not just Libra, not just Scorpios like I am. And I really feel like it's more like a divine feminine type of triggering. Women really having to kind of face their insecurities and really step into their power. Queen of Swords. See, this is what I was picking up on, this Queen of Swords energy of really being in a mental space where you were just worrying, and really having to face, like I said, all of those insecurities and fears that are coming up right now. Really sit with them because you're really being asked this time to really face them. I mean, so many times I know I've told myself, well, you know what? This is because of this, or this is because of that, or someone else did this to me. Someone else made me feel this way. And so we're really being asked to stop doing that, really be responsible for how we feel, and sit with it, deal with the shit. We have the Hedge Witch, Herb Wisdom, Secrets, and Hidden Lore. And this is kind of where I was picking up on like that herbal tea. Really being very natural, very organic right now. Releasing the crutches and really just shedding that skin. And so many times too, I know for me, I know how to like make stuff and do stuff and heal stuff, and I didn't even know how. Like, I didn't Google it. It's just something I've always known. And the veil is very thin right now between the spiritual world and the physical world. And so those deja vu moments and those signs that are coming up for you, a lot of them are letting you know what you have been before, about your past lives, about all this ancient knowledge that your soul holds. So use it. Deja vu moments are like a glitch in the matrix where you're actually able to see. And we're able to have more clarity now than ever before. So much more enlightenment. It's like things happen and, you know, we like really judge it. We're like, man, this is really terrible. And then like the next week, we're like, oh, wow, now I know why that had to happen. It wasn't so bad after all, because look where it led me. So that's kind of the energy that I'm getting with that, because we have the Judgment card. So, you know, it was really funny that I brought that up because basically that's the energy I picked up on. You know, when these things happen, they were like, oh man, this is so terrible. But is it so terrible? Because look at where it's led you and look at the good that comes out of it. Because there's always a reason for it. And the guidance that's coming through is that everything that you're going through right now, you will have clarity on it really soon. You just need to really accept it for what it is and really choose the path of least resistance at this point. We have Child card. And so I really feel like this is that energy here. Really facing and loving that inner child. And I know, you know, it's really hard, especially as adults, because we're like, man, can I just be an adult already? But the way that I'm feeling, and the reason why you're feeling that way is because you're believing your thoughts. You're in this mental prison. And when we believe our thoughts, we feel a way about them, or we place blame on other people from so-called making us feel a way. And it's really hard as an adult because you're like, man, I'm dealing with all these feelings. But if you really look at them, this is your inner child kind of screaming for attention to really kind of look at what's going on right now, and really taking care of that, you know, self-care I was talking about. Whatever that means for you. I know I got outside in the sun yesterday and laid out in the sun for a couple hours, and you know, it was really what I needed was to kind of get that sunlight on my skin. You know, we have this heart right here and it's pierced with these swords, you know, and swords are that mental energy. So basically I'm picking up on the fact that you're like basically like breaking your own heart with your belief system and with your thoughts and with the stories that you're creating right now. A lot of insecurities coming up. And so many times when we have insecurities, we kind of push other people away because we don't know how to express them and we don't know how to actually ask for help. Because to clarify that card, we have call for help, reach out, need for backup, admit your needs. So, you know, spend some time with your spiritual guidance. Really sit and clear your mind and really kind of feel what's coming through, because that's where your inner guidance comes from. It doesn't come from here. And until you can clear your mind, it can't come through. I know for me, that's why, you know, like weed and different substances and stuff have really helped me to get that inner guidance, because it's calmed my mind. So where I can just kind of those messages can just kind of come through. But reach out to a friend, sit down and talk to a family member and really vent, really get that off your chest. But so many times when we vent to someone else, you have to be able to be a good listener too, and it has to kind of be an even exchange of energy. I know for me, it's really hard for me to reach out to another person and talk to them about what I'm going through, because I'm like, man, then, and I hate to say this, but then I'm like, man, then, I've got to kind of listen to their shit, and I don't really feel like I can take that in right now because I've got my own. So if you kind of feel that way as well, just sit with your spirit guides and let them kind of talk to you, whichever is easiest for you. But do express your needs. And, I'm learning to communicate my feelings. I get real passive aggressive. And just kind of stomp around for a while instead of expressing how I feel. But, as I mature more emotionally, I'm able to kind of express this. So this is kind of that energy that I'm picking up on too. Don't be scared to be vulnerable, and really admit your needs and let somebody else know how you're feeling, even if it's that person, without placing blame, of course. All right, we have 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. I hate Roman numerals. All right, so we have 8 of Wands. So basically, I feel like this is that communication that I was picking up on, of really being able to reach out and communicate with someone, and maybe I feel like someone has an estranged family member who they used to really be able to talk to, maybe a sister or a brother, who they've been estranged from for a while. And you're really being asked to kind of reach out to that person and really kind of extend an olive branch at this time, because this person is someone who can give you some kind of clarity or enlightenment on the situation that you have at hand. We have Chalice, fulfillment. This is that cup, filling your own cup. There is just a lot of inner work that needs to be done here that has come to the surface by way of Tower moment, that you really just have to sit with without any crutches whatsoever, and really kind of coddle your inner child right now, comfort it, and fill your own cup full of love. And the way that you do this, the way that you learn to love yourself, is to accept yourself, warts and all. Really embrace your shadow side. And we all have this dark side, and the light side is no better than the dark. We're taught that it is. But really kind of incorporate that dark side into the light side, by accepting, like whatever it is that you have going on right now. Be like, look, this is how I am. I love myself anyway. And I just really accept this about myself, and acceptance is the key to change. I'm going to pull one of these self-compassion deck cards because I'm being guided to. All right. Invoking presence. Oh yeah. Bring to mind someone who loves you and who loves you or who has loved you. This can be a pet or a person. Notice how this feels in your body. Allow their presence to ebb and flow for 3 breaths. So I do feel like this has to do with this person you're supposed to communicate with too. And I feel like this is an estranged family member who you were really, really close to at one time. And I feel like you guys fell out for some reason. But you're really being asked to extend the olive branch and let the past be the past and really be in the present moment and have a fresh new start with this person. And stop worrying about who was right and who was wrong. Let that go. Let that shit go. Do you want to be right, or do you want to have a really meaningful relationship with this person, and this is going to really help your personal growth. Well, thank you very much for watching this, Libra. Like I said, these energies have been very, very tough. I feel like I've been to hell and back, and from this reading, it looks like you have as well. If you would like to have a personal reading right now, do reach out to me. They are $40. I'll put my email address in the description of the video. Thank you for watching.